Hi everyone, it's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and today I'm making a moringa soap. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Been wanting to do it so bad that I actually found a moringa plant and I grew it for quite a while before it died in the winter. So apparently they're not very hardy in the cold climate, but it grew really fast while I had it. It grew like 3 feet in just a short warm season. But I don't have it anymore, but I always felt that if I grew it myself and got the leaves fresh that it would be much better for the soap. But anyway, I was shopping the other day and I found moringa powder and decided to make a kind of tea out of it and then use the liquid portion in the soap. I'm not going to go into all the details about this, what they're calling a miracle tree, but it's really high in nutrients and vitamins, and they do make a moringa soap in Africa. So I'll leave a link for you to do a start to your own investigation about moringa down below. But let's get started. There's a color tutorial, and I'm wearing sort of a camel colored tank top right now. That's the colors that I decided to use for the moringa soap because it's got, what does it have? It has cedar and juniper and a little touch of bamboo for that green scent, woodsy scent. And it also matches the colors that I chose for the soap. So let's get started. Okay, so this should be a very quick color tutorial. I don't even need the color wheel. It's about shades, tints, and white. So actually, let me show you this is just a plain old green here, which I'm not going to use, a plain old green, except for mixing the right color. But then the color plus black is a shade. So I'm going to be using a shade of green with a little bit of brown in it to warm it up a little bit. So there's the brown. So that's going to be my darkest color. The other thing that I'm going to be using is a tint of green, which is green plus white. So remember what we're doing right now, green plus black, or dark color for that right there, and green plus white. It's probably going to be a little lighter than that. And then I wanted a highlight color, so I'm going to actually use white itself in this. But I smelled the fragrance, which is mainly cedar and juniper, and it seemed very woodsy to me. So that's why I decided to use a little bit of brown as well. And actually, I think that the brown that I'm using is a kind of redder brown, so I'm just add a little red to that. Yeah, somewhat like this. So that's going to be my color scheme. I figure you can't go wrong with a color scheme that has the color of the forest in it, and the dark green, lighter green coming through the leaves, the light coming through the leaves, and the brown of the bark and the soil. So that's the color tutorial. Not so much of a tutorial, but just showing you the colors I'm going to be using. But if it helps, and I hope it does, I'm going to present it. Let's get started with the soap. Okay, so now I'm just going to strain this moringa powder that I've been steeping in distilled water. It's still a little warm but not hot. And this is the finest mesh of a strainer that I have, even though it wasn't necessarily made for what I'm doing. I could use a cloth also, but this is what I'm going to use. The smell is also reminiscent of taro leaves that I have eaten and seen how it's worked with food and Hawaiian cooking. It does really smell like taro leaves. And I use 8 ounces of distilled water, even though I'm only going to use 6 ounces of it because I knew that a lot of the liquid would get trapped in the powder. Okay, that's it for that. Okay, I'm just going to speed through the mixing part this time because you've seen it so many times before. And I'll get right to the colors and everything. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is tell you that I split my oils into 2 separate sections. And this one has my clays and things that aren't going to interfere with the colors, so these will be my bright colors. I'm using kaolin clay in this one and bentonite clay in the other. Okay, and then this one has my moringa tea and bentonite clay. The other one had the kaolin clay. So you can see how the moringa has colored that already. That's going to be my dark green, and I'm going to have a red oxide split with that later. And I'm going to split my lye into both of these. Just going to go for a emulsification since I'll be blending a lot as I split the colors. Now I'm going to split the moringa, or the darker side, with 2 different colors. There's my oxide, there's my dark green. If you're wondering what moringa is, I think you should do some research, and even on YouTube, and see what that's all about. But it sounds like it's a very good thing for soap. Put those aside, then I'm going to split the rest of the light pattern into my 2 lighter colors. There's my white. And my light green. Okay, so you can see all those, and I'm going to equally divide my mix of fragrance oils between all 4 of these portions. Hopefully I worked fast enough so that I can beat some of the saponification. Okay, and I'll be giving a stir to all those. So I knew I might not have much time to work with everything, so what I'm going to do is do a Clyde slide swirl by basically breaking up the colors in little amounts in like a full funnel pour right into each other. And I'm alternating between the light colors and the darker ones. And it looks like the moringa part is behaving. And the residual amounts in these containers I'll use as the soap for the top. Okay. So I haven't done this for a while where I pour it from the side, but it seems like a good idea for me. This is the way I did it for my green tea and berry soap. And the feathering was probably the most successful in that one. So some nice colors in there. And try not to block you as I scrape what was in the bowl in there. So I never learned my lesson about red oxide. It gets pretty potent in color with just a little bit. And I mixed my own fragrance for this one. I mixed a green plus citrus mix with juniper berry mix. It seems like if moringa had a wonderful smell to it, that's what it would smell like.
Okay, calm that down.
For all my fussing around, it seems like it's really behaving well. Oh, I love that color. You can see I'm going from darkest color to lightest. This color is really true to its name. This is Pistachio Green by Rustic Essentials. Let's see what I'm gonna do here. I think maybe I haven't done this in a while. Okay, so there's my moringa soap. Let's see how it looks cut. So far not much of a swirl, but kind of a mottled effect. Pretty common in cutting these things that the design swirls happen more toward the center. There's that feathered look. So this has, the scent has cedar, juniper, bamboo in it, so it's a really green, earthy scent, so I wanted the colors to reflect that earthy kind of forest look. The two kinds of greens, and this has the moringa in it also. So I can't wait to use it. If you look up moringa online, it's a sort of miracle tree. It's got a lot of vitamins in it, some other good stuff. And they do make a moringa soap in Africa. Pretty standard swirl throughout the whole soap. It's my last cut. So this is my moringa soap, and this is Clyde at Vibrant Soap. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for ordering off the vibrantsoap.com site, and thanks for your comments. See you later. Bye.